Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for today's video. You can probably guess what is happening here. So the thing is, I'm a big drinker at Christmas. Not like a big drinker in general, but I do love me some alcoholic beverages for Christmas. That is not the case this year. We'll be having a sober Christmas because there is a fetus inside me. But I thought it would be fun to try and make some non-alcoholic cocktails, some mocktails, if you will. And then I can find my fave Christmas drink to get me nice and merry this year. So I've got 4 drinks that I'm going to be making. Some are really just a spirit and a mixer. Others are more of a cocktail, and we'll see how it goes. I am not a cocktail maker. I bought this cocktail making set, but will we even use it? Oh God, things are already falling apart, but there it is. So the non-alcoholic drinks that I have got came recommended from Millie Gooch when I interviewed her for my podcast Doing It. She is the creator of Sober Girl Society, which is an online platform and also a book, and I interviewed her all about drinking and sobriety and dating, sex and relationships and all of that, and obviously asked for her recommendations, even though at the time I was drinking. But I went back to that episode to see what she recommended, and so I went to Caleno or Seleno, I'm not sure, and I picked up their light and zesty tropical non-alcoholic spirit, and that is meant to be like a gin replacement. It can be lots of other thing replacement, but I'm using it to make a gin and tonic. But let's give it a sniff. That doesn't smell gin at all, but it does smell really good. Next up is this company called Liars, I think it might be pronounced. They have so much stuff and it's all so beautiful. Like, I love their labels. One of my favorite cocktails is an Amaretto Sour. And so I found on their website Amaretti. Look at this massive thing. But it's non-alcoholic Amaretto, and that smells like Amaretto. I mean, Amaretto is already very sweet, and I kind of imagine that mocktails are just like replacing alcohol with sugar, but I have no idea. But that is delicious. Ooh, okay, yes. Ooh, I'm excited about that. Right, and then this one, also from Liars or whatever it's called, is White Cane Spirit, and this is like a white rum replacement because I want to make a mojito, because mojito is one of my other favorite cocktails. That smells so alcoholic. It kind of also has a tequila kind of smell to it. I'm honestly checking that this has no alcohol in it. Yep, non-alcoholic spirits. That smells alcoholic. How do they do that? Right, and then over here, as you can see, I have some like non-alcoholic Prosecco champagne called Classico, also from Liars, impossibly crafted non-alcoholic sparkling. And this one we're going to bust open first because, as is tradition in my family, when we do Christmas, literally the first thing that you put in your mouth in the morning, other than maybe stocking chocolate, is a Bucks Fizz or a Mimosa, whatever you call it. And so that is a very simple one. The first of our mocktails. Is it really a mocktail, or is it just a drink and some orange juice? But yes, I'm gonna have a mimosa to kick us off. First of all, I need to get into this bad boy. Oh my God. Oh, that was unsatisfying. Maybe it's the alcohol that makes it pop? I don't know, but look at that. That smells like sparkling grape juice. It does smell like Prosecco, but just like, it's a bit sweeter. I don't know. Right, and then we've got our orange juice with juicy bits. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Et voila, our first mocktail. Cheers. I mean, that's perfect. I'll buy myself another bottle of this and have that come Christmas morning whilst my whole family drink the strong stuff. Oh, yes. Maybe I should have tried it without the orange juice just to actually see what that tastes like. but I don't have a spare glass, so we're just going out of the bowl. Yeah, it does taste different, slightly, but not in a bad way. Like, I can actually feel like I can taste grapes more, but is that even a thing? Like, is there even grapes in here? I have no idea. Ingredients: carbonated water, sugar, non-alcoholic fermented grape, juice concentrate, grape juice concentrate, okay, so maybe that's it. And then like citric acid, sodium citrate, natural flavouring, and some preservative, sodium benzoate. I think, yeah. Interesting. Okay, right, now we're actually going to bring the husband in to taste this because he wants to have a taste of all of these different things. It is a Monday, he's working from home, but as I've said, if any of Dan's colleagues are watching it, it is non-alcoholic. Okay, Dan, I made a mimosa.
I don't really smell it.
It's pure orange juice.
It has the dryness.
There you go. That's not something I said. It tastes like a mimosa.
Have you curious to see that tastes like by itself? How sweet it actually is.
Yeah, here you go. I just drank out of the bottle because I didn't have a spare glass.
Wow. Yeah, I expected it to be quite sweet, but it's not. It's actually quite dry.
I think I can taste the grape a bit more.
It's pretty effective.
Pretty effective, yeah.
I think if you had it with, I think you can tell when you drink it by itself that it's
yeah,
not
but with the orange juice you can't.
sparkling wine / champagne, but I don't think with the orange juice you really notice. But if I was a wine drinker, I'd give it like an 8.
Oh, okay, we're doing rankings.
With the orange juice, without the orange juice.
No, you're ranking the mimosa.
Yeah, the mimosa, yeah, it's like an 8.
Woo woo! Thank you, Dan. Right, next. So, I'm actually going in with what I think is going to be the hardest one to replicate first, but it is my favourite. And then if it goes terribly, then hopefully it will be like uphill from here. So, I've got my amaretti, I've got my lemons, and I've got ice. And that's literally it. Obviously, if you're doing a proper Amaretto Sour, you'd also use raw egg white. I think it's just the egg white, but pregnant, so no raw egg for me. And then also some syrup, which I forgot to find, and a cherry on top, but I don't really like those cherries, so I skipped it. Right, this is the only glass that I have that would work, so that's what we're trying to fill. I've got lots of crushed ice in here. I think we just need to squeeze some lemons. How do I do these quantities? This one's like 200 mils of amaretto is 3 to 4 lemons. Do I want to use 200 mils of amaretti? I don't even know. I don't even know. Let's squeeze some lemons. I mean, it is called an Amaretto Sour, so it has to be sour. Okay, I'm going to attempt to use my cocktail shaker for this. Let's pour that in there. There are some pips in there, but hopefully the filter when pouring will mean that the pips don't actually go in the drink. Now, how much of this do we use? It doesn't say. Whoop. You'd also add your egg white at this point and some syrup, cherry syrup situation. So I have to shake it very hard without adding ice, is what it's saying. Okay. Okay, so now stir in the ice until the outside feels cold. Plop, plop, plop. So now, let's see how this turns out. Right, cheers. Oh fuck. There's so much lemon in that. I can't even taste the amaretto. Fuck me. Right, come on. Oh, okay. There's a hint of it there, but it definitely needs more of that. But it's on the right track to being an Amaretto Sour. But I'm gonna make Dan try this before I put more of this in, because I'm mean. Dan, you ready? Do you like Amaretto Sours?
I can't remember if I've drunk one. It's quite subtle. I can smell a little bit of the almondy smell.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, that needs a bit more sweetness.
Yeah, I put in way too much lemon.
Oh,
Anyway, okay. I wanted you to try that though before I put more in. Put it back in here. That had 2 of these big shots. So I think I might do 2 more.
Well, at least you've got to worry about making it too strong.
Yeah, exactly. Give that a good stir. Ooh. It's actually probably still a bit too sour, but it's getting there. There's some pips, careful.
That's about right, I'd say.
For you, I like the sweetness.
I wonder if the egg white is meant to take away a bit of the sourness.
Maybe. It's also meant to have some like cherry syrup in there as well, which would help.
That would finish it up, I think.
This was not as much of a disaster as I was thinking it would be.
The amaretto flavour is right.
Yeah, this is perfect.
I feel like a lot of the time in the cocktails that you don't really taste the alcohol anyway. You know what I mean? All the other stuff kind of like disguises that.
Yeah. That is just amaretto without the alcohol. That's brilliant. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I will give that one. Maybe if it had the cherry syrup in there, it would be like a 9. I think all in, if you did all the ingredients, then it would be right on there.
In case the Amaretto Sour was going to be a massive failure, I also got some Coke because I love me an Amaretto and Coke. So we're going to try that.
I'm imagining this one will just taste like Amaretto and Coke. It's almost just like putting a flavoured syrup in it.
It does, but it actually tastes less syrupy. Because actually when you do have an Amaretto and Coke, you can like taste the thickness of the Amaretto, whereas I can't in that.
It tastes like cherry Coke. That's always kind of what I thought with Amaretto and Coke. It's in
That's
your mouth,
interesting. That's really interesting that I thought that would just be fine. And that works much better.
It's better with the lemon juice, definitely.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm gonna do an easy one again, and then we're gonna end on a slightly more complicated one. So we're just making a gin and tonic. I got into my gin and tonics during lockdown. I had a bad night on gin when I was 17 and just couldn't drink the stuff at all. And then lockdown happened and gin and tonics were my thing. So let's see how this holds up. Obviously it does not smell like gin. That's fine. I'm just gonna eyeball it because it's not real alcohol. My tonic water. Let's add a lime wedge as well. Why not? Wait, gin and tonic, is that like a lemon wedge or a lime wedge? Too late now. Either, maybe? Plonk! Right, cheers. Maybe it's because it's mostly tonic water. It's nice. It tastes like a gin and tonic to me, but I don't know if that's just because my brain is tasting the tonic and then just being like gin and tonic. But this is light and zesty. I don't know. Weird. And maybe it's because it looks like a gin and tonic too. Dan?
Oh, what we got?
We have a gin and tonic.
It's kind of nearly there, but it's definitely like missing. I don't know if it needs more.
Because I can just taste tonic water.
Yeah.
But it still is nice. Yeah, I've not actually tasted it separate.
Yeah. That one.
Ooh, that's like really citrusy.
It's quite floral.
That's like a bearable lemon juice.
Quite nice. I don't think it's as good a replicant of
Gin.
But
I think that if I'm like, ooh, I really want a gin and tonic, that would do it for me.
Yeah, I'd give that like a 5.
Now we're on to the Mojito. Considering how kind of well the Amaretto Sour went, I think this could potentially be our big failure. So we've got our non-alcoholic white rum, we've got some lime, some mint, some soda water and some sugar. And I need to follow instructions to figure out how all of that goes together. This is the best cup I have. I do not have a proper kind of mojito glass, unfortunately. Also, my brain is tricking me. Like, my brain thinks it should be tipsy right now because of the amount of alcohol it's been drinking. And it's like, it's been so long since I've had any alcohol and I'm like, but there's no alcohol in any of this. So like, why am I feeling weird? Do not like that at all. Okay, muddle, whatever muddle means. the lime juice, sugar, and mint leaves in a small jug, crushing the mint as you go. Right, lime juice. Whoop. Right, mint leaves. How many? A small handful. Whoop. Whoop. My sugar. Bonk. Right, let's crush it. Crush, crush. And then pour into a tall glass and add a handful of ice. Go, go, go. Pour over the rum. It smells so alcoholic. How do they do that? I'm honestly scared that this is gonna like taste so alcoholic. And then we top up with some soda water. What is soda water? Like, I honestly don't know. That does not taste like a mojito, but I don't know if it's this or me. I actually think that's too watered down because my ice is just melted instantly. There's something there. I think I just got my ratios wrong, but it's possible. It's definitely possible to make a mojito with this. Dan, final one, you ready?
What we got?
A mojito.
I don't smell anything.
Do you like mojitos?
It doesn't really taste that much.
Yeah, the ice has melted, and I think I got my ratios wrong. Like the ice has watered it down.
Yeah. What does this rum actually taste like?
I don't know, but it smells so alcoholic.
It really does. That's what surprised me about it, is that it does actually smell. It has that alcohol smell to it.
Yeah. Shots.
Oh no, but it tastes very strong alcohol smell. A bit of like alcohol-y aftertaste, but it tastes like if you just diluted rum in water.
But it does still have an alcoholic taste.
Yeah.
That's what it tastes like.
It hangs about. The aftertaste is there, but with the initial taste.
It's watered down rum.
Yeah, that's
which
what
is
it
why
tastes like.
maybe this tastes really watered down. So maybe it's not my fault. Maybe it's not my ratios.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6.
Okay, there we have it. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
I think they're all a success. I'm definitely going to bring all of my spirits with me to Christmas. I'll buy another bottle of the non-alcoholic Prosecco to take up to my family's. So I have some of that to drink as well. I genuinely feel drunk, which is so ridiculous. But thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear about your Christmas or like holiday season drinking traditions. And also if you are a non-drinker yourself for whatever reason, I'd love to hear your recommendations for non-alcoholic beverages and cocktails, if that's something that you're into. Thank you so much for watching. I now have lots of drinks to finish. It's gonna be fun. Bye!